Yamashita's gold found in SIQUIJOR Island, date June 7, 2020. Location Maria, SIQUIJOR. During the Spanish colonial period of the Philippines, the Spaniards called the island Isla del Fuego, Island of Fire. SIQUIJOR is commonly associated with mystic traditions that the island's growing tourism industry capitalizes on. A SIQUIJOR legend tells of a great storm which once engulfed the region. Then there came a strong earthquake that shook the earth and sea. Amidst the lightning and thunder arose an island from the depths of the ocean's womb, which came to be known as the island. Despite being a legend, modern times Highland farmers have unraveled giant shell casings under farm plots, supporting the theory that SIQUIJOR is indeed an island that rose from the sea. Yamashita's gold, also referred to as the Yamashita treasure, is the name given to the alleged war loot stolen in Southeast Asia by Imperial Japanese forces during World War II and hidden in caves, tunnels, underground complexes, or just underground in the Philippines. It is named after the Japanese General Tomoyuki Yamashita, nicknamed the Tiger of Malaya. Though accounts that the treasure remains hidden in the Philippines have lured treasure hunters from around the world for over 50 years, its existence is dismissed by most experts. The rumored treasure was the subject of a complex lawsuit that was filed in a Hawaiian state court in 1988, involving a Filipino treasure hunter, Rogelio Roxas, and the former Philippine president, Ferdinand Marcos. Prominent among those who have argued for the existence of Yamashita's gold are Sterling Seagrave and his wife Peggy Seagrave, who wrote 2 books related to the subject. The Yamato Dynasty. The Secret History of Japan's Imperial Family, 2000, and Gold Warriors. America's Secret Recovery of Yamashita's Gold, 2003. The Seagraves contend that looting was organized on a massive scale by both Yakuza gangsters such as Yoshio Kodama and the highest levels of Japanese society, including Emperor Hirohito. The Japanese government intended that loot from Southeast Asia would finance Japan's war effort. The Seagraves allege that Hirohito appointed his brother, Prince Yasuhito Chichibu, to head a secret organization named Kin no Yuri, Golden Lily, for this purpose. It is purported that many of those who knew the locations of the loot were killed during the war or later tried by the Allies for war crimes and executed or incarcerated. Yamashita himself was convicted of war crimes and executed by the U.S. Army on February 23, 1946, in Los Baños, Laguna, the Philippines. The stolen property reportedly included many different kinds of valuables looted from banks, depositories, other commercial premises, museums, private homes, and religious buildings. 5. It takes its name from General Tomoyuki Yamashita, who assumed command of the Japanese forces in the Philippines in 1944. According to various accounts, the loot was initially concentrated in Singapore and later transported to the Philippines. The Japanese hoped to ship the treasure from the Philippines to the Japanese home islands after the war ended. As the war in the Pacific progressed, U.S. Navy submarines and Allied warplanes inflicted increasingly heavy sinkings of Japanese merchant shipping. Some of the ships carrying the war booty back to Japan were sunk in combat. The Seagraves and a few others have claimed that American military intelligence operatives, including Edward Lansdale, located much of the loot. They colluded with Hirohito and other senior Japanese figures to conceal its existence, and they used it to finance American covert intelligence operations around the world during the Cold War. These rumors have inspired many hopeful treasure hunters, but most experts and Filipino historians say there is no credible evidence behind these claims. In 1992, Imelda Marcos claimed that Yamashita's gold accounted for the bulk of the wealth of her husband, Ferdinand Marcos. Many individuals and consortia, both Philippine and foreign, continue to search for treasure sites. A number of accidental deaths, injuries and financial losses incurred by treasure hunters have been reported. The National Museum of the Philippines is responsible for the issuance of treasure hunting permits and licenses.